Hello and welcome back to Dragon's Cove, where we're attempting to complete 5 coasters with a excitement rating of 6.6 or higher. We got 3 of them done in the first part of this playthrough here. And today we have to finish Suspended Swinging Coaster 1, and not that one, and Looping Roller Coaster 1, which are, well, this one's mostly underground. This one has the station entrance here, at least for the coaster to go back into the station, and the actual track is somewhere down here where it stops. Looks like it stops underground. And it's going to be a little challenging to do this the way I think it needs to be done. One, because building underground's hard. And 2, because we've already built all these other coasters over here and all this other stuff. I think for the sake of what we are probably going to have to do, we need to build the Suspended Swinging Coaster first, because that's the most annoying one to build and has the fewest variety of track pieces. So, this is where we are starting right here. If we turn on the little ghost thing, then it'll give us an idea of what the coaster is going to be doing, how fast it's going to be going, so on and so forth, especially how much these cars are swinging side to side. Looks like they're little airplanes, actually. Because these coasters really have a bad time when you get to lateral Gs. And it looks like that is swinging to the outside there, so we're probably going to want to continue. Maybe, I guess this is the 45-degree piece. I'm gonna just do that. Let it go all the way around. It's not going to give me actual stats on how fast it is until we complete the circuit, but I think it's probably pretty safe to assume that should go back around that way, and then we can either bring it up above ground, or we can have it stay underground until it gets under here, and then explore around in this area maybe a little bit. But we also need to make sure that the height is controlled. It goes up to 90 feet, and we can't really go any higher than that without having another lift hill, which I generally would like to avoid. There's also, like I said, not that many special track pieces. We have helixes and we have S-bends, but outside of that, it's just up or down, left or right. So if I were to... Yeah, see, it's going right here, and this is not actually that far down below anything else in terms of this other coaster, but it's not directly beneath it either, so I guess that's probably fine. Yeah, see, it's not going to let me do that. Not going to let me do that. I think for now, I'll go down a little bit to 25 feet, and then we're going to come straight up, because I know I can get above ground relatively easily without it being really stupid. That's going to get me up to, that's 80 feet, and that's 90 feet there. Somehow I don't think it's going to make it all the way up there, but I do want to see just how far it'll go, because sometimes the longer trains will have enough momentum to get to the same height, but you can't really, depend on that. That seems like it's going too slow. So what I will do instead, I can't have this one also be the steep one, so I'm going to have this taper off here. If we go to 70 feet, it might still be pretty quick going around corners, but let's see how fast this is looking when we get up to here. Okay, you know what? That seems like it's going to be doable. Let's see about going the tight radius here. So I can also, at that point, I can then do another helix. Yeah, okay, well, if I'm going to do that, I should do that, here. That gets me up to 80 feet like that. That is too slow, so let's just do that. Let's level that off there. And since it's a helix, it's going to be gaining height and turning, but if we just have this go, probably fine to do this at 75 feet. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how slow it looks coming up around here. Because we don't want to have too much lateral G-force going around the curve, but we also need to be able to still generate some sort of sense of excitement or speed. We can go down that way or that way. I think that's going to be too low to go that side. That's not going to fit. Intermingling with other coasters also helps excitement ratings, which is kind of the primary goal of what we're trying to do here. But I'm going to try this. Go down and around. that should hopefully be okay. Down to 50 feet. This is 45 here. I do want to do a flyover of this path, but you can't get too comfortable with swinging back and forth because then it starts to become kind of nauseating for the passengers here. If I go up to, say, 60 feet to cross this, that might be okay. Let's see what this is looking like. It might be too much. But we'll give it a shot. We just have to get back here, and we do have to make sure that this will clear. I think coming out of this going this direction is going to be fine. Okay, so I can't do that. I'm going to have to modify my land here. But that's basically the only thing I can really do. Yeah, because that's not gonna work. All right, let's just leave that there as a reminder. And let's see if we can do a little bit more interaction, like maybe going again over here. I don't know about the length of this coaster, if that's going to really be a great idea. But if I'm gonna go up, then I might as well go back up to 75 feet. See how much momentum I still have here. Also, that gets the cars to stop swinging side to side so much if you go straight for a while. I think that might actually work. If I can get it to go over the crest of this hill without being incredibly fast, that also helps excitement just a tiny bit. But we do have to wait for the ghost to catch back up again. How many trains is this? If it's just the one train, then that's not really going to be that easy of a thing for us to do. But I do need to see if this can make it over the hill. I think it should be okay. Oh, yeah. For sure. I think I could even go one higher to 80. We go down to 50. That is too much. Yeah, let's just stick with this at 55. Because this is at 65. I'm going to need to go up to get over through this. But I don't want it to be going too fast around curves. Okay, that should be alright. I'm going to go down. Let's try 45. Yeah, that clears. Okay. So, for this to really work, I think leaving that as the wide sweeping curve is probably going to be a good choice. Go back up to 70 feet. Give it a little bit of a slowdown there. I do need it to go slightly wider, maybe to about here. See if that's going to have the momentum getting up. Oh, it absolutely does. Absolutely does. Let's give it a little bit of a bump. Lift them out of their seats just a tiny bit. Okay, that's too much. What about... That's too much. Okay. Man, I wish I had something else to do besides just go straight. That's not really exciting, but it does seem... I guess I could do an S-bend? Okay, that's not going to work. That's also not going to work. Well, world's most boring roller coaster design elements, I suppose. Okay, and it can go over that. It's just going to be really slow. But I don't want it to be that slow. Alright, so here I think is what's going to happen. We're going to have to go up, and then we're going to have this go like that. Then from here, I think I have to make it a lift hill. I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but... Maybe this is actually about all I can do. I want it to have something... Okay, it does need the lift hill. I want it to have something that it can actually do. And that's still on the hill when it gets there, so I guess that would be fine. It would actually hang up pretty nicely. Go down. And I can't go any lower than that. Okay, so if I go down here to 65... Okay, that's definitely still in the way. Ah, man, see, I was just trying to do something even remotely interesting here. Is a little, Okay, what's this running into? Is this running into the, Oh, okay. Alright, I see what's happening here. Let's do a little bit of an S-bend. Can I really want this steeper one. Oh, man, what is it running into now? It's the stupid on-right photo thing. Okay, that is actually too slow for that to probably be worth doing. Okay, that's the same problem I just ran into. Is this running into the thing? Is it really that little of a clearance there? Come on, man. Okay, that's exactly what I just did. Have to take that back up one more. Man, I don't love this. I really don't, but I really want these to interact because it makes it so much more interesting. Okay, down, around, up, onto the lift hill, which honestly, I might not need all of this to be a lift hill. I could probably get a little bit more speed out of this by just making this into a regular. Let's try that and see if it still makes it up the hill. It'll be faster. It'll have more momentum with people on it, which is probably fine. Let's try helix down, because remember I have to get down to 60 feet, but I don't want it to be a crazy thing. See, that's going to fit fine there. Probably just going to have to... there's a land issue. Okay, well, we can fix that. I just need to know if it's going to make it up here. Okay, good. It caught that. And if there's only one train that it can't ever crash into itself, unless something has gone horribly wrong. Alright, so going slow, coming through here. That's swinging a lot side to side, but maybe it's okay. Yeah, I can't have it be going that fast to get in here, so what's going to have to happen is... That can't... Okay, so we don't want to go down here. We actually just want to go flat. And that also isn't going to fit. Alright. What's the height on this path? That's why that doesn't work, because it's 70 feet. Okay. There's not really a lot of speed coming through here. Not really much at all. Maybe I have to go higher than 90 feet? It'll push if the back car is on the lift hill. It will still kind of push it a little bit, but the front has to be past the point where it's going to actually continue going for that to work if I was going to have this be like another helix up, for example. This seems like it's about the best I can do. Man. It's harder than I thought it would be. Do I want to move this path down? In fact, I think I probably could. Let's do that. Turn around. First of all, don't fall down into the abyss. And I know that's where these guests have to go. They can't really, do anything else. Can I get that to go down? I have to remember first of all which thing I'm actually doing. Let's have that go down as much as we can. And just move this straight across like that. That might actually allow me to do what I was thinking of doing here. But, oh, cool. That doesn't line up, does it? That is, I think... No way, is that actually going to fit? Oh, yeah! Okay. Okay, I might actually... Nope, never mind. That's not gonna play nice. I thought I was onto something more than I actually was. This is gonna have to be one more here. That cannot go down. It's actually going to have to be... Is this just exactly what I already did? No, it's worse. Okay. Helix down to 70 feet here might actually work. No, that's worse somehow. Okay. Instead of having this come back up at 80 feet, I guess it's just going to have to be one of these, and then I can make this a helix down to 75 feet, but I can't have this be 70 feet. That's not going to work. This is going to have to be... Let's see, I wish I could just have this continue here. See, now it's going to run into itself, and that is clearly not going to work. Can't get across the path there. And I know I have to be... lower than this, but I can't get any lower. So that's as low as I can go, and that's definitely not going to play nice. Okay. This is the exact same spot I was already in. Okay. Oh man, I know this is not the most exciting stuff to watch, but this is actually very important that I get this correct. Oh, is this one block away? It is. Okay. See, man, getting this to fit is just not... It's just not an enviable task. I need one more. That's it. I just need one more block. Okay, let's just try... And I know this is not... This is not a great way to do this, but I have to try. I have to try, and I don't want anyone to get stuck. There. Just turn around. Turn around. I can't do any more of that, or I'm going to get copyright stricken by whoever owns that song. Alright. That's probably about as best as I can do in that situation. Alright, let's try this again. Let's go down to... Can I get to 60 here? No, I cannot. That is footpath in the way. Alright, let's try it at 65. That is footpath in the way. Okay, so 70 was always going to be the limit, apparently. That is... That's a huge drag. I guess I should just leave the path height marks on. That's at 60 feet. Okay, so... That's... because it's a... If I get it low enough to where I can have the path go over the top, that might be the only thing I can actually do. Just get this down to 60. And then... I know. You didn't ask for this. You didn't deserve this. Alright, you people watching the coaster are going to have to go somewhere else. You just absolutely must. Okay, let's leave that at 70. Figure your life out and go do literally anything else. Okay, now that that's there... Oh no, that's still footpath in the way. Okay. Alright, now if I build this, then the footpath cannot, but I do need... Maybe I don't want that to be that tight of a turn, but I also... You know, I am going to have... This is a garbage layout, first off. We are going to have to do something about this. Alright, let me just get this in here, first of all, so I can immediately fix this. Alright, it's time to go away. Watching the construction. It's time to leave. Go somewhere else. Don't make me paint this green. Come on. Alright. I asked nicely. Goodbye. I just moved him. Don't worry. Alright. Now that this is done, I have to fix my land. Let me turn that mode on. Alright. I'm not going to mess with the brakes if I don't have to, but that completes the circuit, and I just have to hope that this is going to be enough. Let's monitor the lateral G's. That's really the only thing you really have to be concerned about. Get that done there. We don't ever want to see this be red, and it goes to 2. 2 is fine. 3 is not. Okay. Still looking alright. Excitement is also going to become a concern. Okay, it's going around there. Catches the lift hill. This is slow enough where I don't think it's going to be an issue. Yeah, should be fine. Just going real slow. Pick up a little bit here. Go around. Go around. That should be some of the worst on the whole ride. That's not red. But is it exciting enough? I don't know that the answer can be yes. I really don't. I don't think it's going to be... Are you serious? All right. Sure, I really didn't think that was very good, but who am I to tell them no? Now I have to actually get this path popped in here. Let's see, it's $5. Sure, good enough. Okay, here is the entrance. I'm going to get this just connected very, very simply here. The exit's all the way over here, but I guess that's probably not a problem because that's all going to dump out the same. I'm going to connect it to that. Let's do one of these. It's only got one train, so the queue is going to be decently long in terms of waiting. I'm going to put this right on that exit. And then if I have this here, let me actually go up and then see, is that going to... No. That's not quite high enough. We'll go one more, and then go up. And then this will just automatically have them go out. That should hopefully be good enough. Now, let's see. I've got 5 people in the queue. And the rating is still 6.69, so that's good enough. I guess I'll just speed through this until we get the train out. Mostly through. Let's... Come on. We'll monitor what they have to say about it. Not that it matters, because for the purpose of the scenario, we've already completed this ride. But I am very curious to see... Okay, good. It did catch there. Like, not like it wasn't going to, but... I've had enough weird stuff happen in this game with roller coaster connects to whatever and doesn't actually hit the lift hill that I am maybe not deservingly paranoid about it, but I'm still going to be anyway. Okay. Guest sentiment. Not going while it's raining. That's fine. But did you enjoy it? Now you're just saying you're not going on it while it's raining. It was great. Music is nice. Oh, that's the merry-go-round. It was great, was great, was great. Nobody complaining it's too expensive or too cheap. I think we have successfully completed that. All right, boys and girls. Looping Coaster 1. I think the end of it's right here. Yes, okay. So, the hard part about this is it is already running up against where the ground is a problem. So, I think I'm going to have to just have this escape the underground as fast as possible. Hello, Mr. Duck. Yeah, we're just going to have this come up to, is it 5 feet? This could actually be a pretty formidable fast coaster if we wanted to, and we just have to get it back underground, which may or may not be a simple prospect. I can't look underground while I'm in construction, but of course not. There's a lot more elements that we can do, including loops, so I have a pretty... I don't think I need that piece. I have a pretty good confidence in this. Let's run 90 degrees before it gets too crazy. Can I? No, I cannot. Alright, and then going down to 60, down to 55. If I make this a loop, I can probably get this to go under the path. Should be. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Can I make this a upward helix instead? Let's try... I can! That might actually be a pretty compelling coaster here. I can do another loop. That was a left one. The other one was a left one. What about a right one? Okay, that's going to make this a little bit more compact. Let's turn the ghost on. Okay, now this is actually kind of interesting. Am I going to have enough momentum to get through the 2 loops? Because I think the top of this loop could... I mean, isometric view is always hard to tell, but it could be taller than this lift hill, which might not work. Momentum could have something to say about that, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Let's see. Lateral G's won't be too bad there. Barely clears that. I'm not feeling great about this one. Okay. Nope. Nope. That's not going to work. Let's not make this an upward helix. Let's just make this a flat bank turn. And then let's try doing that loop again. I can make this a sweeping upward curve. Okay, that's 110 feet. That's definitely not going to fit. I don't know that I have enough momentum to get over this 95-foot hill. Let's try this. Take a look at what this is like when this is moved 5 feet further down. Might make the difference, though. Ooh, almost. If it's loaded, it should be okay. Yeah, we don't want it to valley right there. Can I increase the speed of the lift hill? I think I can go to 6 miles per hour instead of 5. I'm almost willing to just design it like that and assume it's going to be fine. What I also could do, because this is right up against the stuff here. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to put this with a booster. Yes, 67 miles per hour. Enjoy your brain rot, kids. Let's try this, because I really want to do that double loop reversal thing right here. Alright, now let's see. I don't know that this is going to make that much of a difference, but it's possible. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Let's have this come around. Then decrease the radius. Go down again. I think I should be able to get down. See, it's 45 feet. Now, it might be a little bit too much to ask for, but I kind of want to go through these loops here. I don't think I'm far enough away to do that. Let's actually, let's do this. I don't know that it's going to be going fast enough to really make this good. I might have to go down a little bit. Oh, that is absolute garbage. We have to go down. Let's see. Get that down. Just enough to give it a shot. And then, if I have this much space, I might be okay, but let's do this. I think the center of this loop and this loop, well, they're on the same height. Center of this could be about 75 or 80 feet to get the train through here. Let's make sure it goes over this hill first. We already know it's going to go through there thanks to the booster. Crest of the hill. Barely. Okay, and that's quick enough. Okay, so going down to 65 feet. That's 60 feet. So that is the height of the bottom of this to building up. Let's go down here. Down here. Then I can do one of these numbers. If this even lines up, let's, okay, so that says it's in the way, but is that because it's not high enough? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, boys and girls. We are in business. Not for that, but I think, yeah, see, that's not gonna, I'd have to do a, an S-bend to do that. But that actually, that could be some pretty reasonable, or I guess unreasonable, lateral G-force, but I am just transfixed by the idea of, ooh, yeah, let's do that. Ooh, yeah, that's going to interact with the path too? Okay. Okay, I'm getting sold here. Might actually not be a bad design. And this, of course, will be exciting when it goes over itself, especially if there's multiple trains. I'll come around here. Down, and then around, and then turn again, go up, and then do the little shift in your seat thing. Okay. It's not quick, but it'll be interesting to watch at the very least, and I don't know that I have to have that continue. I can probably just have this go right here. Can I go over the path? No, I cannot. Okay. I'm going to say this would be another good place for a booster. Just one piece. Okay, that's not going to work. Another loop? Don't mind if I do. Although, if that's not going to go through the loop, I guess we're going to have to see. Because the back of the train will be going through the booster when the front of the train gets to about here. I could always make it a 7 or 8 car train instead of the 6, or is it 5? It's a 5 car train. Longer trains do better on stuff like this. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens here. Go through the booster. Okay, that is not enough. But that is, if we're going to have that go through there, that's what we're going to have to work with. So let's increase that to 67 miles per hour. Restart the Ghost and try again. Is this one at 67? It is. That's as fast as it goes. I know there's no reason for this to do this. But I like the idea of doing weird stuff with these. I could also just, put another lift hill here or have it go down underground at this spot, but I don't think that's going to be a very great option. Alright, now come on. Go through the booster. Okay, that's just not going to work. Not going to work. We don't want that orphan piece either. Alright, so I can, at the very least, do just a tiny bit of stuff here to get over that hill. Okay, it's still valleyed right there. Alright, let's try this again. Come on, coaster. Go up, go up, go up, go up. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so that will give me enough to go... Oh, how dangerous of a game do I want to play? Do I want to... do I want to do a... Do I want to try to do a loop around this? First of all... Okay, suspended swinging coaster in the way. I am, as you may have already guessed, very interested in doing things that maybe don't make sense, but would be objectively really cool. I don't think I have the clearance to do what I want to do here. Yeah, suspended swing coaster in the way. Let's try... I feel like it has to be possible, right? And that is going... almost dead in the center here, but it's not quite. Man, I feel like it has to be possible. It has to be. If I put it right here, that seems... I mean, maybe. Unless I wasn't going far enough. Let's try one more. No, not quite. Unless that also wasn't far enough. No, that didn't, but it did change the, Alright, I really can't justify doing this anymore. Is that going to allow me to go over the top, perhaps? Not quite. Okay, if I were to go down one less... Okay, still in the way. Okay, so the height marker here is... where the car is, but because it hangs, it's actually closer to... Alright. Should I even bother still trying this? Well, you're already watching the video. What are you going to do? Click off of the video? Probably. This has to be possible. There has to be... An isometric view is not my friend for this. I wish I could just free 3D rotate, but also people didn't like RollerCoaster Tycoon 3, so... Maybe that wasn't a great idea. Can I go over that? No, I cannot. I can at least... Yeah, I can interact with this guy. But the bottom thing I have to connect is going to be way down there, so I do have to go underground, and I guess probably right about here would be a decent spot to do it. I just want to go directly above this thing, if I can do that while turning. So that's going to be going pretty quick. Can I try... No, that's not going to work. Try going this way, go underneath, maybe? Is that going to be going too fast? Let's find out. Where is my roller coaster ghost? All right. Oh, I forgot it has to go all the way over here. This is actually kind of a long roller coaster now. Well, let's see what happens. Going through here, going through here. There is a chance this lateral G is too much, and then that will kind of upend this entire thing. This might actually be a viable thing. Can I get this to go down? No, that is not enough. Okay, let's change this to... Okay, never mind. That's as good as we're going to get here. Let's go down one bit. We'll go down that way. Go down Helix Large. And then I suppose I can go underground. Right here. Alright, now I have to find where I connect, because there's so much other stuff going. It is there. Looks like it's the height of 25 feet. No, it's not 25, it's 5 feet. And I'm all the way up here. At the point where I go underground, I'm at 30 feet. Okay, that is actually pretty fast underground. Where we're going here. I kind of don't want that. Let's give them kind of a sweeping helix to not, make it so intense going around curves, but I'm going to have to go... Is that 20 feet? That's not going to fit because I've got that there. I feel like I need to give them a little bit of a speed scrubber here. That's at 45 feet. It's going to be hard to see this underground. We're going to see what we can do. Alright, so that's going down there. You're going to see this come down behind here. You're not going to see much, but it's going to go around. Oh, that is quick. That is fast around that thing. It is going, it's going quick. Can I even see what I'm doing? I'm going to have to turn on see-through paths. Maybe. I wish I could turn off more granularly, but you know how this goes. I can't see the piece at all. I know it's here. Okay, there it is. There it is. And the piece I have to connect to is right there. But I need this to have some brakes. That has to be flat. I do not want block brakes. I guess I'll set this to 18 miles per hour and then just kind of go from there. Because I do have to get down. 20 feet. Assuming this is... Oh, no, that's 25 feet. Okay. That actually might work. Let's get this all the way down here. See how fast this is going to go through the brakes. Okay, that's going to be ridiculous vertical G-forces there. When that comes off, that's not going to fit. I need this to go... How high? How high? 55? Okay, the land is in the way. So 50 it is. Let's go 2 of these to 18 miles per hour. And then I don't want block brakes because if I have multiple trains that could cause issues, I'd have to program that, and I kind of don't want to do that. Or not, program's the wrong term. But I need to be able to get this to go down without it being a huge, huge pain. I just need this to go to 25 miles per hour. And then it has to connect there. That is going to be probably too far. But... No way! That connected? Okay. Okay, that slows it down. That's kind of quick, but not ridiculous. But that is a flat 90-degree turn. Alright, I don't know that this is going to be... Oh, what did I click on? I don't know that this is going to be good. But we need to figure this out. So, up the hill we go. Watching lateral Gs all the way around. Remember, if it gets to the 3, it's really bad. Seems like that's okay for now. Vertical G's, okay, those aren't great, but I've seen worse. I've built worse. Okay, coming around here, I'm going to turn on underground mode so I can actually see. Okay, we're looking alright. Got that speed boost. I may not need to have the speed that boosted. Lateral G's are still looking okay. This is still decent. But this is going to be the kicker right here. How bad it's going to be going into the station. That's -2. Okay, vertical G's, -2 isn't horrible. Alright, I'm not optimistic, but let's see. Why do I doubt myself? Genuinely. Alright, well, I guess that's the end of the video. Sheesh. We finished building all 5 of them with a company value of $167,000, or $167,977. There you go. I honestly didn't think that was going to be good enough. But we did it. So, yeah, thanks for watching. I really appreciate you. I know it's kind of an abrupt way to end this, but folks like the Beard Boosters always make it possible to do videos like this with RollerCoaster Tycoon because, you know, objectively not that many people watch these, but I have a great time playing this game, and I know you guys who watch these videos are glad that we're able to do them. So it is thanks to those people that contribute to the channel, make it a little bit less, quote-unquote, risky from the business perspective of YouTube to make objectively unpopular videos. But I have a good time doing it, and I don't ever want this channel to turn into something where I have to play the game that YouTube wants me to play, except, you know, the beaver game, because that's actually a fun game. I just want to have a good time playing with beavers and playing with roller coasters, and as long as we get to do that, and everything's fine by me. Have a great rest of your day. Whatever it is you're doing, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.